How are you, mate? How are you, mate? I'm well, thank you. Been a long day, but I'm glad I was able to make it. Started to get pretty warm in here. I mean, I'm from Perth, WA. I mean, this is my first time streaming, and basically it's just you and me, which I'm really happy. And you know, I don't wanna. I haven't really posted anything about doing this. I just wanna, I don't know, maybe just record this and post this in YouTube, and yeah, maybe start getting people in and basically just answer questions really. And nah, it's not really. I mean, I'll fire the AC on probably a bit later. We'll see how it goes. Just all this lighting. It's I didn't realize it can get pretty warm. And I'm still trying to figure out bits and pieces. So unfortunately, if you're here to expect some sort of like Alexodos or Taya types, well, you're not gonna be in a treat, unfortunately. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, mate. And then I just need to change something. Make sure that channel. They will probably fire away shortly, eh? Ah, there it is. Rebuilding. Speaking of which, can you hear me loud and clear, or you know, it's the sounds great. Perfect. Thank you so much. Camera wise, lighting. I mean, this yeah. It's a bit complicated, I must admit. It's I mean, I thought, you know, I'll just get lights sorted left, right, and center, and I should be alright. I did a lot of rework on the acoustics anyway, just to make sure. Yeah. Oh, okay. Perfect. Perfect. Yeah. I mean, coming from you, because obviously you're into photography and all those bits and you're professional. You know, so if you're saying it looks good, I'm happy. I'll take it any time of the day, and especially being at my age, being married. I don't really get much compliments nowadays, so I'll take any compliment I can get. All right. I don't know where to start really. I said I'm gonna rebuild a gem because I want to rebuild my. So what we've done with Gone Hacking Studios basically. So there's three of us, right? So I've got Ron who designs the cases. Freaking heavy, isn't it? And my hands are so slippery. And then we got Ramon, which is he designs all the PCBs, software-wise. He makes sure he makes sure everything's like ready, VIA-wise, QMK, all those bits and pieces. And I basically meshed and gelled us together, having this idea that wow, this is such a good hobby. This is such a good what you call this community. But I think it's lacking something in terms of professionalism. You know, I've been in a sense like I'm joining group buys with a bunch of Excel spreadsheet. Like seriously, you know, I'm spending like 700 USD on a group buy, and it's in a spreadsheet. You know, I've received keyboards in a in a plastic bubble bag, like the one like air bubble plastic, and that's like a $400 keyboard that I waited for months. I've received a keyboard in a styrofoam, like those white, literally it looked like a ice bucket. Like, I mean, my ice bucket is much better looking because that was like chipping. The sides were already chipping. You get like those bits and pieces of crumbles from the styro, and I was like, seriously? Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, it was like, and that was like a $600 keyboard. And for obviously, I'm not gonna mention names because I'm gonna post this in YouTube. So I said, look, all right. I reckon I can definitely do something better, in a sense, coming from that background of customer service and all those, you know. And another main reason that I really wanted to come up with Gun Hacking Studio is that I couldn't answer the main question of endgame. What's the endgame keyboard? I couldn't. Like, I've had started 2018, and I've had about probably 20, 30. Like, I made a spreadsheet, 30 keyboards, and what I do is I buy, obviously, if I can, mostly aftermarket, yeah, market, because I couldn't really be bothered waiting. I mean, some, yes, I wait, and I get them, and I was like, yep, not really quite happy with this, sell. Comes another one, same with the keycaps. Yeah, that's how it all started, really. You know, I was like trying to figure out what would be my endgame keyboard. So I said, well, I think the only solution is that if I come up with my own brand, have the own design, you kind of have this sense of like, ownership, you know. And true enough, like when we had the RAR, the first prototype RAR, I was like, I was just in love, like seeing the thing on CNC raw sent to us in a photo. I was like, wow, that's the drawing before. And you know, we had it, and I remember when we had it first rendered. Now that was really exciting, like seeing the thing actually, in a sense. And yeah, so that's how we pretty much came up with Gun Hacking. So I was a bit fortunate. I was working on a project with a mate, And that's how I came across Ron and Ramon, who are both from the Philippines. And I basically grew up in the Philippines. I was born in Sydney. My mom's Filipino, my dad's English, and pretty much spent most of my lifetime there. Really, I mean, I was there since I was 5 until I was like 24, 25, until I came back here in Australia, and now I'm 38, and I'm not gonna say that again ever. Yeah, I got that tendency. I always like to chat and chat. That's why I like going to keyboard meetups, because that's the only time I can kind of like connect with people who understand keyboards in a sense. Because obviously my wife, whenever I talk keyboard, she's just like me whenever she talks in a daily basis. Anyway. Alright. Yeah, so that's the GHS.JEM. So stay with your girlfriend, yeah. Yeah, kinda. It gets better, especially when you're married. Like that skill that, when we start, what do you call that term? Like filtering her voice, it gets better through the years. It gets better and better until you totally just filter it out. It's amazing. It's like it's like having what do you call that? Noise cancellation. That's it, but specific. Hopefully she doesn't hear me. Yeah, so each one of us, so yeah, that's another thing. That's why we came up with Gun Hacking Studio, because we kind of like, when we started, I kept telling everyone, yeah, at least we, the main objective is to have our own keyboard. And true enough, like every prototype, we split it amongst ourselves equally. So if one of the prototypes go out in the market or in the wild, we know who to point a finger on. So I get to keep the Azul version. This one's a bit more, the brass hasn't been coated, so it's just really raw. I was gonna, I don't know, I was supposed to do some sort of like lighting, I guess. Yeah, I don't know if it's focusing. Is it? Not? Probably not. Anyway, probably need to figure out. Struggling to focus, yeah. That's gonna be a bit tricky. Maybe I need to actually change lens. That's alright, I'll figure it out. I've got 2 lenses and I don't really know which one to use, really. So I'm using I'm using a 2.8 by 18 Zeiss. I think the Batista or something, is that what they call it? So I'm using that as the face cam at the moment, and then I'm using a Sigma 2.8 16 by 50, because at least I've got that sort of zoom in, zoom out stuff. But I can definitely juggle them around. I think the Zeiss has it's yeah, the one I've got as my face cam at the moment, it's a Zeiss. Is that how you pronounce it? Because I'm using a Sony system, so I've got the Zeiss 2.8 by 18, by 1.8. Sorry. Yeah, 2.8 by 1.8. The Thea type lens. Well, actually, that's how I bought this lens, because I was looking through his system, what he's got. So I said, do I want to be a Thea type? Probably not. Can't be the Thea type. Yeah, and then the one I've got overhead is a Sigma 16 by 18 by 50. Yeah, 2.8 as well. So might have to juggle them around, you reckon? I reckon. Cause yeah, I think this guy up top is struggling with the focus. Yeah, it's not focusing, isn't it? Or unless I need to set something up. Hey, focus. Focus. Ah, there you go. Yeah, I think I need to play with the thing because I have it like spot focus, so it has to be like, yeah, it went. Yeah, I had to press the LCD on the camera because it has like spot focus on it, so it's a bit weird. So I just want to have it set into like automatic focus, so probably I need to play around with it. That's alright, at least we can get the gist of it anyway. And now it's blurred. That's alright, I can keep pressing. Alright, we'll quickly rebuild this guy. Need tools. Yep, need tools. Let's move that back there. Ooh, the notepad. I'm gonna rebuild this thing. I was thinking like just make it complete macro pad. Like you can have all, yeah, just everything in one U or something. I can even probably put dials, like, yeah, move these guys on the bottom, I guess. Just kidding. But they're, yeah, I find them really functional right now, especially with all these, the streaming thing. Because I've got like my volume and everything, media and stuff, and yeah, I still haven't played around with it, but I reckon I can convert this into a macro pad. I reckon. We'll put that back there. What do we need? We need our handy dandy soldering tool. Do we want to solder or do we go hot swap? Yeah, yeah, you ordered like 6 of them, hey? Yeah, hopefully they come up really neat. And I reckon I'll send one XLS to Need Patina. I don't know, you know, like if he's not busy, fingers crossed. And he can just, yeah, go nuts with it. I reckon Nubs touched by Need Patina would be the sickest, craziest knobs you can ever see. That guy's what do you call it? He's a freaking wizard. He's just so good at what he does. He's amazing. Very good fella, you know. Very good fella. Alright. I reckon. I've got something prepared here already with palm plates. Cool. I'll use that. Make it much more simple and easy. But you reckon lightning wise, all good? You're happy? You can see clearly? Keyboard's clear? I don't need to, because I've got like big light, it's, you know, like your Godox or something. Definitely happy? Yep, cool. As long as you're happy, I'm happy, man. Now let's try this. Although I'm not really gonna solder or desolder. Like, I mean, sometimes it's It just takes so much time to desolder and solder, but I think we'll leave that to the proper streamers, you know? It's too much effort doing it. Get rid of these keycaps. Oh, perfect. No, thank you so much. And like I said, I mean, you would know what I'm doing more than anyone, because obviously you're in that. That's you're a professional, so I would definitely take that compliment of yours, and yeah. Well, I go alone because this is pretty boring. Basically, I've been really pushing to doing this because, you know, I reckon the best way for me to meet you guys, have a chat, you know, if you guys got any questions whatsoever, now's the best time, and do the update as well, you know, like just give you guys an update. What was that? We can yeah, well, I'm more than happy if you got anything in mind to make my lighting much better. At the moment, I've got two of these that my lighting at the moment is just a I've got a beam LifeX, so I've got that in front of me. I've got the 48-inch monitor, and I've got a leaf. That's about it. That's the only light I'm using at the moment, aside from my PC. But I've got two of these. I'll show you. Hang on a sec. I've got I've got two of these bad boys. Tried firing them up. It's just way too bright. I mean, I'm just working in a pretty small room, probably 400 by 400. Unfortunately, it's the only space of the house that I was able to bargain to the commander of the Minister of War and Finance. No, I haven't. No, I'm not bouncing the light off the ceiling. What do you reckon that would I can have a play with it. So you want me to fire up one of the Godoks and then just bounce it off the ceiling, or? Because I can chuck it in a softbox as well. The softbox? Yeah, true. Fair enough. I haven't thought about that, but yeah, I can definitely work on that. Thank you so much for that. I might try one a bit later after this stream, and then see how that one goes, and pretty much prepare for the next stream. So yeah, I was just thinking like probably do like once a week for the time being. I'm not really in it for money wise or whatsoever. I still do my day job. Don't get me wrong. And definitely, 100%. Once I finished it, what was I saying? Might as well give you guys a bit of an update. and then I'll back it up on the Discord channel and send it out on emails. So basically, I really try to make sure that I give you guys an update every fortnight. I mean, it's the least I can do, really, you know. And it just takes me like, what, 5 minutes tops. So with the RAR, we've got everything in for the add-ons except for the PC plate, because the PC plate, it gets manufactured with the case plate, the case manufacturer. So I would assume the PC plates at this rate would probably take a while. Because I haven't really heard anything yet from them. Hopefully mid-October, I would say so. FR4 for the RAR, I don't think we've ordered any, but let me check. Yeah, definitely from the initial RAR run, it was only the PC plates that. TKL. Oh, hi by the way, Renz. TKL. I don't. Yeah, well, that's actually gonna finish the whole GHS dot kind of line of our design. So I think at this rate, TKL would probably be around, hopefully around March next year. Because at the moment we've got the 60%, the SXT. So that's being manufactured already. We've requested the prototype for it, and it's a bit of a tweak with the design, introducing that light version, so making it lighter, so smaller weight, not so much in that seamless. I think it's, yeah, I don't, as far as I remember, it's not gonna be that one whole big chunk of top case anymore. Like, I think it's like, yeah, I need to revisit that drawing and get up to speed with the renders. Yes, definitely. So we're starting the PC version of that will be the first PC case, the 60%, the SXT. And if you notice, obviously the RAR, the JEM, all our PCBs already have underglow RGB, because we are preparing to release that light version of the RAR and the JEM. Yes, TKL. I mean, I'm a huge TKL fan as well, but I mean, put it this way, the RAR is, this thing is roughly around, I can't even lift it. Yeah. This guy is around 4.6 kilos built. So that TKL would probably easy 5 kilos plus, easy. I reckon 6. And everyone's just gonna be like, what? Logistics wise, I really have to like give it hands down to the RAR owners, because I mean the group buy buyers of the RAR, because they really, well, again, thank you, because they really they had to cop the shipping cost for the RAR, and being us starting up, you know, we didn't really have that much discount yet in terms of like DHL and Australia Post, and it's they really went through it. I think the RAR was shipping at about $100 on top. It was just so heavy, it's so big. So with the TKL, I don't know, like I don't even want to think about it yet, because that would be, yeah, like I said, easy. 6 kilos minimum, I reckon. But yeah, that's definitely happening. That would finish off the GHS dot line, or what we call it, file extension. But yeah, the SXC definitely, we're aiming for that. Hopefully by December. Fingers crossed. If we can get the prototypes in by next month, early next month, then we're pretty much right on track, and we would really love to get it out to a few more people, especially the streaming community, see what they reckon about it, and yeah, take it from there, I guess. Now, where is my handy dandy Allen key? Ooh, look at that. Oops. Distribute there. So that's the pretty much the update with the RAR. All the, what do you call it? All the add-ons are pretty much available on the website, and we are definitely 100% committed. Oh, thank you so much. Appreciate the kind words, and wow. Ah, man, JEM, RAR, trifecta. If you get the SXT, there'll be Holy Trinity right there. Oh, yes. Sorry. I've got the speakers on. How's that? Is that better? Sorry about that. I had the speakers right on. Is that better for you now, Nib? So I just turned off the speakers. Yeah, nah, appreciate it. I realized that I had the speakers on. Yeah, nah, I've been yeah, I'm pretty keen to see how the design turns out as well. I'm very much excited with the SXT, really, because like I said, that's gonna be like our first PC case. And would definitely love to see how that one goes. I'm pretty sure I've got everything. Loosen up. Ta-da! Probably, I don't know, like I said, this one's like a pretty, not focusing. Come on, focus, damn it. There you go. Pretty raw brass. I was gonna play with it. Yeah, to see if I can bring out the inner need patina within me, but screw it, I'll just send it over. POM plate coming into stock for the RAR soon. Well, when we launched the RAR, it was basically just brass, aluminum, PC, and carbon fiber. Those are the only plates that we pretty much offered. But since we've done everything with the GEM and the XLS, so I said, look, all right, we'll get them over. Yes, we will be getting POM and FR4. I'll just need to double check on that. Custom KBD, oh nice. Whereabouts are they from? No, I mean, we released pretty much the plate files, so we'll be doing the same thing. If obviously, I know there were a few guys who were when we finished the GHS, I mean the RAR group buy, we've had a few guys who offered, POM and FR4, I think there are a bunch of guys from the US who did cut plates in POM and FR4 for the RAR. We don't mind it, you know. At the end of the day, like I said, we will release the files for the plates, and I think personally it helps as well in terms of just that commitment that we want to see our keyboards have that sort of like what was my term? Blurred focus. There you go. Yeah, I need to figure out that autofocus. Hey, can't like keep pressing up there, or maybe I'll just swap around the lenses, have a play with that. Sorry, I wasn't really quite prepared. Like I said. Apologies if you guys were expecting some sort of like I said, like I told Nib, if you guys were expecting a Alexotos or Taya types kind of thing, yeah, you guys will be a bit disappointed. But guess what, I reckon give me a few showers, I'll look better than both of them. Crickets. Ah, there you go. One laugh. Anyway, I haven't really had a chance with, I never had a chance to have a chat with Taya types, or even, I've been watching him before. I kind of stopped when he started talking about skincare, because I know I don't do that. So Alex is a great chap, like amazing. Love his work. He's hands down very good, very good streamer, and what he does for the community is amazing. So where were we? Because I mean, the main thing about this is to give you guys as well an update. So I'm done with the RAR. So yes, we will release, we will get POM plates, sell the POM plates, and sell FR4. We will have them in stock. soon. PCB wise, we've got the V2s in stock, and that's our commitment. Yeah, that's definitely the commitment that we want to keep doing, just making sure that the longevity of our keyboards are there, you know. Like I remember I had this keyboard. What was that keyboard? And that was back in the starting days, and I kind of like screwed up soldering, and well, technically, yeah, I did blow the whole thing, and I couldn't reroute it because it was one of those old PCBs, and sadly I couldn't get the PCB. So I had like my J pressing a dot or something like that, because that was the only button or key that I can like hotwire into it. And I was just shit. What's the point of having a $500 keyboard and I can't even get bits and pieces for it? Like, surely, right? But yeah, so we try to make sure we keep them in stock. I reckon the stocks that we have for the RAR, it would definitely probably last a good year again. And I don't mind stacking them. You know, they're non-perishable. They're easy to store. They don't really take that much space. That's gonna be the same thing that we want to achieve with basically with all our products, really. You know, the GEM, the XLS. I was gonna rebuild the RAR, but I said nah. The RAR is a bit too finicky, and this guy is just as easy as this. Like, you pull it out, pull these sleeves out. No O-rings, no 10 million screws, no plastic washers or whatsoever. It's just this good old sleeves. I love them. Like, when we were having a chat with the SXT, alright, what are we gonna do with the mounting? I said, no questions asked, do the GEM. Easy, reliable, efficient. Performance wise, can't complain. And I don't know what the science is, but I never really came to a point where, how do I put it? Like, I always said it before, like with the RAR design, everyone may not be able to agree with me that it's a good looking board, because obviously everyone's entitled to the opinion, their, you know, that preference term, and we are all entitled to that. It's just like free will, isn't it? So I can't really say, hey Nip, RAR is the best looking 75%. Nah, I'm not gonna get that any time of the day, but I can say that for myself, because first and foremost, I reckon it is. And the beauty of it is that I've designed it. It's my keyboard, so it adds into it. But when it comes to the sound, to the feel, that's something I can be very proud of with the RAR and the JEM. I had people asking me about, do I need to buy a silicone dampening or something like that? I said, look, surprisingly, that dampening actually does its job. Like, it dampens the bloody thing. Like, I remember there was a build of the RAR. It was like a half plate build with the dampeners, and it was like the clackiest. It wasn't a clicky switch. It was I forgot the name of the switches, but it was just loud. And then all of a sudden it was just like, after the build, they were like, what? It was dead silent, like muted, the damn thing. There was a build by Proji, Kibluk from Thailand, of the RAR with OG Holy Pandas, and he chucked in dampening on it, and we were like, what? It just the tactile Holy Pandas became like as quiet. It became like a silent linear, he reckons. So that's basically the dampening. Like if you wanted, it not just affects the actual what do you call it? The actual build, but I mean the actual sound. It actually also affects the feel in a sense. I don't know. That's just me, I guess. Again, I don't understand the science in it, but for me, I reckon it's because of, alright, GHS.JEM. This is the base unit, alright? Chucking those screws. It's about that thick for a base unit. It's solid. That's just the base unit. This is the top. Again, it is pretty solid. And you guys, obviously having an RAR, you know how solid that thing is. And I think for me it's just basically the design. That's why it's not really hollow sounding in a sense. It doesn't need, like most of the new keyboards right now has like you get like a tape, what do you call that? They do like a tape build, like they tape the whole thing at the back of the PCB or whatever they call that. They have, the kit comes with 2 sets of silicone or poron or whatever it is that they put on the middle and they put on the bottom, or yeah, it's just the design itself, I think. So if they are providing that, there's some sort of like sound signature on the board that they're not really that happy, I reckon. Alright. Anyway, moving back to I always get side note. I think I'll be alright as a streamer because I love talking, like just talking. Especially about things that I like doing. Like I recently got into cycling. I just, yeah, being a mountain bike user for pretty much the last 15 years, I guess. All I know is like mountain bikes. And I've been working before in the mines, and I just have a mountain bike, go to rough areas, and easy. And then now I got a friend of mine who just wants me to do road biking. I was like, yeah, alright, I'll sell my mountain bike. I haven't used that thing. Get a road bike. And yeah, I regret doing that and saying that, because road bikes are so damn complicated. Aside from being expensive, they are so complicated. I remember with the mountain bikes, you just go there, see something nice, you want dual suspension, tell them, yeah, I need an XL. I'm pretty much like 6'4". I need an XL, yep, alright, that would suit, done, dusted, you know. With road bikes, far out. Seat position, how tall it is, pedal, what sort of gear thingy, crank, yeah, you can get like a power crank which should tell you how much you crank the bloody thing. It's too complicated, you know. Oh yeah, if you're not sure, you go to a physio, they can sort you out. Look at that, done. I can sort you out, you know, you can professionally get like a bike fitting, they call it. And that means that they would tell you exactly what type of bike would work for you. I'm like, wow. Too much effort. But anyway, it all went well. And, well, and again, cleats. You need like proper shoes for it, which was pretty intense and annoying on my end. Because I reckon I would never be used to it. Alright, so I've got this build here with palm plate. So this is the first one that I'll be trying, a palm plate for the GHS.JEM. Yep, that's all sitting nicely. That's how I do it. And then I just flip it over and put in the screws. Sometimes it's quite funny when I watch streamers build GHS products, and I'm like, just going like, yeah, you do this, you do that. Because I must admit, I mean, have you guys built your RARs? It's a very complicated build, isn't it? It's not that simple. Very complicated. Nah, man, you should. Or unless you're waiting for the pots that I've got. Where's that thing? There you go. That's gonna be in a while. What are you planning to build it with? I mean, it's too much editing, yeah. Yeah, I would say so, hey. But that's, I mean, can't complain really, because I mean, if you're doing a lot of editing, then that means you're pretty much busy, and being busy is good for the business, I would always say. And I think I'm pretty sure I built this. Oops. Forgot about the screws. Pretty sure I built this on a hot swap. I love the hot swap. See, I've been... Yeah, ever since I started fulfilling the RAR, I've been very much busy with family over, COVID, country opening up. So I had family over, I had my in-laws with me for like 3 months. And if ever you get to that point, situation or scenario where your wife or your girlfriend tells you that, hey, my mother-in-law or my sister, mother-in-law's alright. Don't get me wrong, mother-in-laws are the best. But if she goes, brother-in-law or sister-in-law will stay with you for like 3 months. Just don't. Just say, I don't know. Yeah, it was my sister-in-law, full-on family, like 3 kids. Like there were like 2 12-year-olds. I think they were not bad because they were 12, you know, so it was pretty good. And then there was a 5-year-old, and then the husband and the sister-in-law. It was, yeah, it's quite interesting. But I think it was something that me and my wife pretty much agreed upon that would never happen again. It was one of those situations where we've agreed on something. Nah, just kidding. My wife's, Mrs. has been pretty good, pretty supportive. Aside from, I think, out of all the hobbies that I've got into, I reckon it's just the keyboards that she just totally doesn't understand, like just lost in translation. I could be running in the door, just meeting the... That's not a good idea. Meeting the DHL guy and just saying, "Yay! I've got my package coming in." So excited, and she wouldn't have a clue. She would ask me, "What are you getting?" "Keyboard." "What keyboard?" "Keyboard, typing keyboard." "Really? How many of those things do you need?" She would never have a clue, mate. But prior to this, I was into sneakers. I used to be like a basketball player back in the Philippines. I used to play college basketball. Was under what do you call this, scholarship. I even got drafted into the pros, and definitely love sneakers. And then after that, so that was clearly influenced by my wife. She loves sneakers. I was more of like, when you're an athlete, it's more like comfort. Like I remember, and back in 2010 or 2011, and me and my mates were like walking to the Foot Locker, and there was the Jordan 11 Concords, where the Space Jam, or I think it was Concords. Anyway, it was there. Like I was fitting it. Yep, my size was there, and I buy it. They're so excited. Like I was able to get my size. I was like, nah, it's not really comfortable. And I ditched it for a Kobe. I think that's So I was, and then when I became a sneakerhead, I was like, shit, I should have bought that Jordan 11. It's Jordan 11. It's so hard to get one back then. I don't know what the scenes are at the moment with the sneakers, but there was a time when I had like about, I don't know, probably 900 pairs, and me and my wife, or my girlfriend back then, would like take photos of it, and just post it in Instagram. Became like some sort of like a hobby thing that we kind of like did together. Yeah. Then I sold everything, used the money for the marriage, the honeymoon, and they can definitely resell as well. But the thing about sneakers is that I find it a bit more like if I was gonna make it like a music kind of comparison, like sneakers is definitely hip hop, rap, with a lot of like gangsta kind of thing, and keyboards is like your jazz, I guess, or coffee is jazz. But I mean, it's not really a good comparison, I reckon. Nah, it's just sneakers is like can get pretty dodgy. I remember I always like camp in Foot Locker, and like literally camp. If normally releases happen on Saturday morning, and I would be there in Foot Locker after work, like 6 p.m. and there's like a line already of like 10 people. And then prior to the store shutting down, they would tell us how many pairs they're gonna release of that of that certain design, and what are the sizes. Like they would give us a countdown, so that the people are lining up. If people keep coming in and they're saying like, yeah, what are you getting? You know, what are you getting? What size? You wouldn't have a chance because there's already like 2 people in front. So instead of you spending hours staying there, you'd be like, missed out straight away. And I remember there was one time there was this girl in front of me, and she was like probably about 5'1", 4'11", but she was short. I mean, I know I'm pretty tall, I'm 6'4", but she's definitely not a size 14. And I'm a size 14 to 15, and there were that particular pair. There were only 2 size 14s, so that's me. I was like number 6 in the line. The ones in front of me are definitely like 9s, 10s. And this chick, we didn't even bother asking because we know she would be getting like probably an 8, 7 maybe for the boyfriend or whatever. That girl took a size 14. A size 14. Walked away. Nah, Renz, way better. Keyboard is like, yeah, flipping it. When I started keyboards and everybody's like doing those dolphins and flipping, and I was like, oh guys, you guys definitely haven't done any sneakers, because literally sneakers is just flipping. Like when the Yeezys started coming out, they were like selling for like 1,900 AUD, and you have to like get them overseas. And we used to have like plugs, so you get to meet people, know people, and they were like from different countries, and they will just mash you all up together, and they would, I don't know how they do it. They got bots. That's when bots started, because like Yeezys will normally launch online. And I think it kind of like, I haven't been really into the sneakers anymore. I still have, I sold all my pairs, especially the Jordans. I used to have bins. I used to have even rare stuff, and I kept all the Yeezys, the 350s, because they're just so comfortable to wear. So I still have the Turtle Doves, Moonrock, the blacks, and definitely stopped when I got married back in 2017, and then 2018 I got into keyboards. And back then there's only 2 things that really kind of like excited me in a sense. It's like having a new pair of shoe. It's true when they show you like they're sniffing it. I don't know why, and I always do that. I haven't drank beer or ate cereals on a pair, so never really went to that extent. Second would be keyboards. I'm a huge Razer guy. Black Widows. Yes, I feel that keyboard community looks down on flipping to the point that not many people actually do it. Yeah, it is. It's pretty intense, like I said, because I'm personally, I don't have anything against flippers. Like I said, coming from that sneaker community, being a sneakerhead, flipping was just left, right, and center, and it was just normal. It sucks, like I said, that girl in front of me who grabbed the 14. I would never forget that. So I don't know what she's done with it. Maybe boyfriend size 14, fair enough. But again, but I don't know. It's just so hard to control it, and that's why even with our products, we try to just do the raffle system, because I think that was just kind of like the easiest way for us, you know. And we don't want to be in that position where you have to like do a whole essay or whatsoever just in order to get to join a raffle. We just want to make it as simple as it is as possible as well for you guys, and make it as fair as possible in a sense. And yeah, it's just very hard, really. It's things happen, you know. And we try not to really put as much hype into pretty much our products in a sense. We've definitely done that with the XLS. XLS, we tried to just keep it simple. We never even sent anything out to streamers because, again, sending out stuff means cost, and obviously we're not just throwing money. We need to compensate that cost, and that gets added into the kits. And the XLS being a very expensive, I reckon it's one of the most expensive numpad, I guess, out there, or if not. But again, yeah, so we try to minimize it, and luckily we have everything on board already. We actually factored added in the order for the XLS PCB with the JEM, so we can like bundle everything in numbers and we get like a reasonable price instead of just ordering directly for, let's say, 100 XLS PCBs, which would cost more. But if bundling it with the JEM, and we just kind of like create like this figure in mind and keep that min max level, we can kind of put a number already and just order it in, get that discount of being by bulk. Because China, everybody, I mean, keep in mind, China is pretty simple. They're like a fine tune of everything. Like, they can do the best quality product, they can also do the less quality product by cutting cost, by more cost. Now again, with more numbers, it means cheaper than less numbers. So if you're doing less numbers at higher quality, very expensive, but still doable. All right, where are we? That's what. Oop. Yeah, normally the best way, I reckon, to attach the weight is when it's flipped like that. Put it on top, and then it will just snap in nicely. Flip it back, and that's when you can start tightening the screws. Alright, JEM update. As for the case, they are working on the weights, but there was some sort of like delays with the anodization of the top and bottom cases. I shall be finding out why tomorrow, because I've got a meeting with the manufacturer. I don't think it's about COVID or anything, it's just one of those things. But we are still on track. I mean, September. They've pretty much told me last time that the unit should be finished by November. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we should be fulfilling the JEM by December. Fingers crossed. Yes, everything in terms of accessories, add-ons, aside from PC, I already have them. Like I have the PCBs, I've got the carbon fiber plates, the POM plates, the FR4 plates, the silicone dampening, the bumpers, the bump on strips, the jacket gaskets, sleeves. Sorry, I always call them jackets for some reason. Yeah, and that's what I've kind of like envisioned with the RAR. Like I wanted to get everything that's done, because I mean the case is the one that it's the longest to manufacture, the case, the actual case itself. But the other bits and pieces, I was quite certain that they would take probably about 3 months, more or less. And I was surprised. Some of them, like the PCBs, got done in like a month. Silicon's pretty simple, a month. Carbon fiber is like days. And I just bundled them all, bundled them all up together, send them all, and yep, cop the shipping cost. But at least it gives me time to sort them out, repackage them if needed, label them, stack them properly. So when the cases came in or comes in, I can just like go, what? Put, alright, what order am I in? Da, 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 da. Done. I remember with the RAR, I was sending out 30 to 50 keyboards a day. Like, I completed the RAR in 3 days. But it was hectic. Like, I see. After that, I just totally shut myself for like 2 months. Nothing, like no keyboards, nothing. After we've done the like extras, because I was really like burned out. And another factor of the RAR was that we were moving houses. So I was building this house. Back then it was December, and December as well, of all time. It was December. We were moving to the new house. I've got the keyboard shipped in end of November. Early December. Yep. And I was like, nah, I'm not moving houses with 200 keyboards. And like a box is like 5 kilos at least. So I'm like, nah, I need to get this done, dusted. So once I get all the units, I'm quite confident that it would easily get to you in less than a week. And DHL, they're pretty quick. Like normally 3, 4, 5 days. They get, you get what you pay for, basically. Alright. So, got that. Keycaps wise, I don't know what keycaps to chuck in. What do you guys reckon? I haven't really been updated with the keyboards anyway. Stopped shopping keycaps as well. Our GMK is still delayed. But I'm quite happy that speaking of GMK, black and white. Gave up on GMK, but I'm quite happy with this guy. Hang on a sec. Ooh, I reckon. Ta-da! How about we put bento? Yeah, I love bento, GMK bento. I remember the round one, it got fulfilled just when I started joining the hobby, and I was mind blown. Like I said, wow, look at the detail on that set. I need to get one. And it was actually the very first set that I bought from Mech Market. I got it from this chick from California, and I paid about $400 for it. It was so expensive back then. Nah, yeah. And then when they announced that they were gonna release the round 2, I just sold mine, and it was still hot like pancakes, and joined the round 2. Kind of like even forgot that I joined that thing. Ooh, look at the flakes. One sec. Alright, so these are the switches. We've got Epsilon switches with Krytox 205GO, stock oiled with Krytox 105, no films, natural sound, and it's done by my mate Home Hobbies. This guy is hands down the switch guru. I've never, ever since I've had his switches, I've never attempted to do my own switches anymore, ever. Like, I don't understand how someone can torment themselves by lubing switches. It is hands down the most agonizing thing that I've ever done in this hobby. Can you guys still hear the switches? The sound of the keyboard? Loud and clear, or I'll pull down the mic? Oh, you can hear it. I bought this new mic and really does the job, I reckon. No, I'm glad. Yeah, I always get the wrong ones. This one? Or the other one? That one's bent. That one. There you go. Not the bent one. So yeah, that's for the GHS.JEM. We're still all in track. I'll post photos actually of the packaging. So that's done already as well. Turned out pretty neat. So hopefully I get the sample box by next week. Yeah, I think so, next week. DHL's pretty fast, I can tell ya. Oh, and just a disclaimer, alright? I know you guys are gonna ask me to do like sound tests or whatever. I'm not really good or fast at typing. So please bear with me. Be kind. Be kind. Yep, I'll pull it down later. Let's see how it goes. What else on the update side of things? We got a Deskmat. So we'll be launching that one. I'll show you guys shortly. And I'm pretty excited with it. I guess I'll be chucking out all my old Deskmats just for that one. And one more thing that I'm very happy about it is that it is designed by a local designer from Western Australia. Even better. Very talented bloke. I wish I have those kind of artistry and stuff. Sadly, it is one of those things that I've accepted in this lifetime, is that I can't draw shit. Actually, I kept on, saying those bad words and stuff. Is it allowed in Twitch, or am I gonna get banned or whatever? Hopefully not. It's not like I'm... what do we put here? Escape. No, I don't want that. Page down. What's normally there? There's my page up. Delete. And page up. And I'm like, no, not that one, sorry. Print. It's always handy. I've never used it before. Yeah. Well, it's pretty flexy, I must admit. Quite surprised. No, not gonna do that because that's the escape. We're building a 65, so straight to the ones. Let's put that there. So that's the Deskmat. We've got a wrist rest. So I've got a prototype, well, basically from before. Show you guys, I've got the packaging for it as well. It just came in. And we've got a hoodie. GHS hoodie coming up as well. So should be in, I don't know, probably end of next week. But yeah, definitely excited with the Deskmat and the SXT. So fingers crossed, hopefully SXT kicks in by end of October. Depends. What else is on the line? I think that's about it. In the time being, I'll try to push for that TKL. See how that one goes. I think everyone wants a TKL. Nah, not you. Probably F. So I don't forget. See, made a mistake. Always make one with these hot swaps. It can get quite tricky. That's why I always put them last. There you go. Done. Done, done, done. Alright. Let's move this aside. Put it there. And there. Going back with GMK, forgot about that. Ooh, if anyone watches from GMK, thank you. Thank you. Look at that. Look at that packaging. Not the kit, but the packaging. Well, still have the eggshells. That's alright. Forgivable though. Look at that. It's like compact. Nice. Boxed. I might actually sell all my GMKs and just buy the new ones. That's just so nice. I mean, still shit, but way better. Way better. Thank you, GMK. Thank you. Thank you so much. Compared to this guy. Like, seriously. What the hell were you guys thinking? What's that? Yep, cover it up. Alright. Not even. There you go. Oh. Pathetic. Terrible. Look at that. Can't even get it in. Give up. Pointless. Sorry, GMK. Those are trash. Like I've always said. These are good. Alright, we'll get rid of that. And the at the moment, Renz, 100% just RAR and JEM. I'm happy. Designers use their board or have their own preference. If I'm gonna go back to the good old days when I was definitely collecting keyboards, and I've had a few. Like I've had the Dolphin. I've had Ramas, M65, Thermal. I've had Dollinger, yeah, Dolphin, Dollinger. I've had, what else did I have? Matrix. I've had a Matrix keyboard. I've got the, what are the names of, what are the brands before back then? Definitely had a few. I got an Oxari. I've got a Rokia. It's the only keyboard that I've never really had that I've been trying was a TGR. Well, I've had a unicorn, so that's probably the closest. I've had a Singa. I've had a, what was that Korean brand that was shipped to me on a plastic bubble, big bubble plastic. But I mean, I was fascinated because when I started, I was coming from the gaming side of things, so I really like the RGBs, the lights and stuff. What was the name of that keyboard? Damn it, 75 from Korea. Tip of my tongue. They've done Eagle. Was that Eagle keyboard? Sold them all. And yeah, pretty much funded GHS. So yeah, prototyping everything when we started the RAR. FMJ, I've also had an FMJ. To me, key cult is a myth. I don't even bother at the moment. Don't even bother to join in raffles. I just never, can't even win that bloody thing. And I can't really justify spending $2,000. Hey, ya boy K. How are you, mate? Yeah. I mean, alright. Talking candidly, and that's why I'm streaming as 19th mech, and I don't want to stream with GHS or whatever, considering that, you know, part of GHS. Of all the keyboards I've had back then, I reckon if I was gonna rank stuff, I had a Constellation. That was a local Australian keyboard that was very good in a sense of like finish and stuff. For me, Unicorn definitely finish wise was probably one of the best anodizing that I've seen. It was like a thick anodizing kind of it. Like I've never owned an Alice or whatsoever, so I can't really extend the justification or whatsoever. But yeah, I was happy with the Unicorn. But where I wasn't really happy was, well, the mounting wasn't really for me, and the PCB. Oh my gosh. Like my PCB back then was like that green PCB. It was like just totally old school, you know. Where's the? I mean, yeah, it's a PCB, but and I just find like soldering on it, like maybe because I'm not really the best in terms of soldering or whatsoever. I would admit into that, but yeah, I kind of like screwed up the PCB. But hands down, the best keyboard I've ever had is an FMJ80. FMJ80, hands down, the best keyboard that I've ever had. Like if I can turn back time, I wouldn't have sold my FMJ80. I've had a silver FMJ80, and that even up until this day is my basis, or it's my barometer in terms of silver anodizing. Like I've never seen anything close to an FMJ80 anodizing, especially that silver. It was just like so fine, and I can't even explain it. Yeah, no, it was very, I think the only downside with that FMJ80 is that it has this nice dragon engraving, like, but it's just inside the case. Like you would only see it when you're building the case. I'm like, wow, this is actually nice. They could have just exposed it a little bit. But yeah, no, I've never owned any other keyboard aside from when I started the RAR. Yes, I've never had any other keyboard. Probably the most disappointing keyboard for me would be the thermal. Like, because when I've got the thermal keyboard, it was, I had it while I think I did the production already, or we were like going for the group buy of the RAR. And if you own RAR, on my case, everything light just becomes like, what is this? And the thermal was just, it was just, yeah, not for me. And the one that I've got, like, do you know those side grills? I couldn't align them. It wasn't, yeah, that was for me probably the most disappointing keyboard that I've had or I've owned. There's nothing really. I've had, like, I've got an EY. There's no weight into it. It was just so light. Yeah, nothing for me. Yeah, maybe that grills on the side is something a bit unique. I reckon that's pretty hard to CNC. Probably that's where that explains most of the cost. But yeah, nah, that was hands down the most disappointing for my collection. I've had a PC Kano, yeah. I was quite happy with it. It's probably one of those polycarbs. In terms of polycarb, probably the Rukia was actually really good, but unfortunately I can't do an Alice layout. It's just, I tried, but I can't. I just can't. I can't do it. What else? What else have I got? Yeah, I think that's about it. Matrix was alright, interesting, you know. I had the Noah, I had the TKL. I would definitely love to, you know, have some of the other keyboards. Definitely love to see a key cult. Not the purple one. I mean, that's just technically raw. But again, everyone's like, wow, it's pretty. That's raw. Yeah, I mean, machine marks. What would I want to have? That expensive German one. That was interesting. I don't know. I haven't heard anything about them anymore. I don't know how they're going. I forgot that one with the big big copper thing on top. German made. It's bloody expensive, like probably $1,000. Yeah, that one. Nice machine. There you go. Yeah, how are they? How's the production? Do they at least update people or not? But yeah, I reckon that would have been something quite interesting for me. There was also a TKL that I was quite fascinated back then. I just forgot the name. Yeah, I reckon it is pretty interesting, and yeah, would definitely love to see how that one finishes once they start fulfilling that one. That would be pretty good. I know it's just quite expensive, I reckon. Yeah, nah. So the answer to your question, Renz, unfortunately, yeah, sold them all and stopped. You know, I had the back then the Think 65, the V1s. I reckon are pretty good, especially the black PC. Their PC versions, they're nice, very nice. V2s, nah. Haven't owned one though. But the V1s, yes, I did. That was quite interesting. Very good. Yeah, I reckon Teo will get a sample. Yeah, nah, it's a bit tricky. Again, with in terms of like streaming and bits and pieces, we're quite fortunate. Again, putting on my GHS hat, we're quite fortunate to come across people that are just solely doing everything for the community, for the hobby. I mean, yeah, they do get money out of it. Obviously, you're not gonna spend time and just not getting anything from it. But like honestly, like, for example, Alex Sotos, he's probably hands down for me at this time alone is definitely the best. I mean, I love his content, the way he brings up stuff and bits and pieces. He's just hands down. I like his content better than Teja, for example. And when I engaged Alex, I don't know if I was introduced by a friend or something, or one of normally Paco is one of our mods in Discord, would normally like, yeah, introduce, why don't you try have this guy build a prototype or whatsoever. I'll introduce you. He normally links us up, and I know for a fact that I never really tried for Teja, because I know that it's just, correct me if I'm wrong, Teja, I mean, if you want to build a GEM unit, just yell out, man, by all means. But yeah, I don't think I can afford it, to be honest. But Alex was pretty much straightforward, I said, look, and always the thing whenever I engage streamers is I always tell them that at the end of the day, we're starting up, we don't really have that much, money or whatsoever, or we just want to send you a unit, you see how it goes, you let us know what you think. You don't need to do any content. Like I got like Discord chats or whatever. You don't need to do content. Just tell me what you reckon, because for me, you build keyboards in a daily basis. So you would, in a sense, have that sort of, yeah, that shit, or again, it's preference. It boils down to preference, but it's a different case with them because they get exposed with so many keyboards. So in a sense, they would pick up something, And Alex was just like, yeah, no, I'm more than happy to do it. I'm so excited. Yeah, can I see the unit? And yeah, easy, done, dusted. He's done content and couldn't ask more. Thankful, definitely thankful. And then start from there. Dutch Maker, classic, very good guy. Content-wise, hands down, one of the best as well. Amazing dude. And how I came across him is that I think he messaged me about his order. He actually won a Scarlet unit in the GHS raffle. How crazy is that? And I was like, oh man, yeah, I know your content, rah rah rah. So it's been, and then after that we start building up, and we come across up and coming streamers or whatsoever, and if obviously they can back it up with their content, with people, because sometimes it's what people don't realize is that with these kind of things we only get X amount of prototypes, and moving them around means cost, and prototypes alone cost, like really cost, because again, going back to China, you get smaller amount. The smaller the amount you order, the more expensive they become. Because why? I mean, for me, I think it's kind of fair, because if you get one piece and it's like the price of like 200 pieces for one piece, in a term of like pricing for one piece with 200 pieces, then everyone's just like, I need a mobile phone. Go to China, get one done. Or I need a laptop, get one done in China. Cheap, I just need one. So totally understandable on their end. Sorry, I've been chatting again. Moving back, I'm so excited to actually show you guys. Still got you guys there. Nib, Renz, yeah boy, welcome by the way. The GHS Deskmat NBD Deskmat. Let's move my handy dandy stuff right there. Ta-da! Very cool design, isn't it? I'm quite stoked about it. And what I really love about it is that it pops out. Like I've got heaps of Deskmats, and you see them on stores, or you see them online in stores, and you'd be like, wow, that's so, the design, the color is so nice, and yeah, I need to get one of those. And then when it gets delivered to you, you're like, what? It's kind of like dull. Or have you guys noticed that with some of your Deskmats? Like, I think the only Deskmat that I have at the moment that stands out is the Future Funk Deskmat. But this is actually, it's like a render for me. So that's where I'm happy. Aside from the actual design, it looks like the colors is just pops out. And again, it's designed by GHS.JEM, who is a Perth local. He's very good guy, amazing talent, amazing artist. And I asked him, all right, got the drawing. He sent me like 3 full drawings, and I went for this one, and I said, all right, we'll get it prototype. And when I got this, I was like having a chat with him. I was so excited. It's like, shit, look at this Deskmat. And I was like, whoa. And I said, yeah, well, what are we gonna call it? And it just kind of like paused a bit. All right. So I said, what was the inspiration? I asked him the question, what was the inspiration from the design? And he's like, he's huge into skateboards. And when he did this design, he was actually thinking of the other skateboards that he was like designing on bits and pieces. And so it kind of like came into that. I said, time to consult a good friend Google, and picked up the NBD term, which means never been done, which is kind of like a skateboard lingo, if I'm not mistaken. Well, that's what Google said. So I said, all right, we'll call it GHS.NBD, never been done, because surely this design is not going to be done again. So yeah, that's the Deskmat. Very, very happy with that. This is the prototype version 1 of the wrist rest for the RAR. So we've kind of like tweaked the design a little bit. So you got aluminium base, but obviously there can be so many combinations with the materials. At the moment we've got, I think this is redwood or something, or oak, and it just sits nicely there. And I think with the new design we've put some sort of like cushioning here, so whenever you stick it in, it doesn't really scratch your RAR. And yeah, you can probably explore bits and pieces. We can have stainless bottom, different type of wood on top, PC on top, pretty much mix and match. We're just waiting on the second version because we've actually altered a few things, but same concept. So we got metal on the bottom, or whichever material on the bottom, and another material on top, and you get nice GHS packaging. We'll keep that there. Ta-da! Now, where's the keyboard? Keyboard. Ta-da! Ooh, I knew it was perfect for Azul. to... Come on, hurry. Oh. That was very heavy. Very nice, isn't it? Very happy with this Deskmat, to be honest. Very, very happy. Well, actually, yeah, we're just finalizing the packaging for it, and having a chat with a few vendors that we've come across, looking at, I don't know, we'll see how it goes. We're thinking of either using vendors to sell it all out, or launch it via GHS website. So that will be a conversation and discussion that we will decide on once we get the full actual price to do them, because obviously we will need a certain MOQ as well. But yeah, no, I'm very happy with this, and it's, yeah, even the stitching, all the bits and pieces, the thickness, happy, very happy. Color wise, it's really, yeah, I don't know if you guys can see the full detail, but unfortunately this was my old my favorite Deskmat. Simple, subtle. Yeah, actually. It's nice. Just sits in there. Especially Azul, I guess. But this one's like grayish, but yeah, you got your teals and blues and yellows just happening around. Cool. Well, let's try and try a sound test. We can actually compare what happens if it's actually better if I pull the thing down. What do you reckon? Pull the mic. Let's see how it goes. I just normally go typing test. Oops. Let's plug it in. Hey, what's going on? I'm gonna plug in. A quick look at, oh, I got this all mixed up, sorry. Oops. That's better. I think it's worth it. Yeah, no, it's. I reckon it's a very, very, yeah, it's a nice design. Love it. Let's try to pull it out. My typing test. Where are you? There you go. Ready? Let's bring you guys up again. Alright. Again, not really the fastest typing. So we've got, what was the switches? Epsilon, Cardox 205GO, palm plate, no dampening, full plate, and hot swap switches. Cool. Is that loud and clear, or I'll try to bring down the mic? Alright, let's try to bring down the mic. Put it here. Hey. Alright. Let's try again. I'll just jump in jumble wumble numbers so I can type better. Letters, sorry. You guys see the flex? Is it better when the mic's down or same thing? But better? Like, oh, okay, definitely better. All right, I'll keep that in mind. So whenever I do like a sound test. Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah, I had it like sitting just here. So yeah. Thank you so much, guys. I'll see if I can post this stream and post it on YouTube so that the rest can actually jump in and yeah, first stream, hey? Yeah, no. wasn't that bad. And I mean, if we can keep doing streams like this where there's only like 4 of us, I'm happy. I'm done. No problem. So, I'll try that that thing you said about bouncing the light up in the ceiling. So I'll try that after this stream, and yeah, because I'm not quite sure what time is it for you guys. So hopefully it's not too late or too early, and I appreciate it. Thank you so much for you guys just dropping by. And if you guys have any other further questions, please. Yes, I'll try that too. Definitely, I'll try that. Because at the moment, I think I've got just RGB and, like I said, I've got the beam. Oh, okay. Fair enough. But yeah, by all means, if you guys got any questions, anything, especially with your existing orders and stuff, feel free. Just yeah, give us a yell. Easy done. Yeah, ceiling is actually white. It is. I appreciate it. No, thank you for the kind words. It's yeah, it's fun. Like I said, it's at the end of the day, I think another good thing about GHS is that we're not really like we're not doing this for a living in a sense. Like this is not our livelihood. Like I still have my day job. The other 2 guys still have their still have their day jobs, and the bonus that we get is we get keyboards. Whoop! We get prototypes. So, damn, forgot the gem's also heavy. So we get prototypes. You get to play with a lot of things, and happy. And help for me. I ended up not buying any keyboards. Yeah. Nah, thank you so much. Appreciate it, guys. Well, you guys have a good day. Addiction fixer. Yeah, definitely. We'll talk about all those bits and pieces. But I think hobby keeps us, keeps us in line. It keeps us in track. Life's too short not to be able to appreciate things that are out there, and as long as it's nothing really drastic or whatsoever, like I used to have, because I used to work for, I still work for a mine site, and I used to work in mining areas, and people get paid a lot and stuff like that, and these guys would spend their money in alcohol. Like let's say they'd spend like $500 alcohol for a week or a day or something like that. Some guy would spend their money in fishing kit, fishing tool, 4x4. It depends, it's you pick your own medicine. At the end of the day, if it's something, as long as it's not drugs or something that would be bad for your health, more than happy to support you. Either way, again, I always believe in one thing, you always have the choice. You have the choice to do whatever you want to do. Oh, Leia, how are ya? And yeah, just about when we're finishing, but welcome. It's always the thought that counts, I reckon. What else? As much as I would like to go, but yeah, this is kind of fun. I reckon I'll keep doing this. Everything looks good. Thank you so much. Deskmat. really soon, really soon. I reckon within October, hopefully. At the moment, I'm just waiting on quotes for the packaging because I want to have it like that premium GHS packaging. So I want to have like a round box kind of thing, you know, like those engineers when they put their paper in, like that kind of like packaging, felt black. I want to have that wax candle on top or something like that, or a sticker, and then a second box on it just to be able to actually protect it. And yeah, see if the cost is okay. And then another thing is that we're trying to talk to, I'm trying to discuss it with vendors. So if we can run it through vendors directly, like for example, Dan Keebs in the US, if we can run it directly with them, I think it would be very beneficial for Americans, for the American patrons that we have. And yeah, so just seeing how that goes, because I think with the Deskmat it's pretty straightforward. There's nothing really much to QC. With the keyboards, we've had a lot of discussions and requests that, hey, yeah, no, thank you, we try. I mean, it's the least we can do. Hey, yeah, we've had discussions in the past about running GHS keyboards with vendors, and the only problem really that I see with that is that we run a really small batch of keyboards, and personally I want to make sure that, so what happens is that we get it manufactured in China, it gets sent to me here in Perth, and I personally check every one of them, each and every one of them, before I send it out. But having the vendors, it would be so not cost effective if keyboards come to me, I check them out, and then send them to wherever, like send them to the States or whatsoever. It's just double the cost for logistics, and that's not really effective. We're not in that position where we could just send keyboards directly to the vendors from China, because yeah, I'm just really not confident with that perspective yet. Even with the RAR, for example, when I fulfilled the RAR, there were probably around what 18 C stock units or B stock units, sorry, that we sold. And don't get me wrong, RAR is like completely done, sold out. Even the C stock sold out. Like I don't have a single RAR unit aside from the prototypes. But yeah, it's that's. But now, especially with this, we're trying to bring in clothing as well. So we've got a hoodie, jacket, sweater, sorry, coming in. Hopefully we can run that with vendors as well. And just yeah, see how it goes. But at the end of the day, I'm quite confident with the website as well, so we can always post it up in the website. Features stuff wise, like I said, we got this SXT, so we got a 60% keyboard that's coming in hopefully soon, but we're aiming to launch that on December. The GEM should be finished, fingers crossed. Yes, hopefully, yeah, everything with the GEM, everything is pretty much looking on track. We've got a few hiccups and delays at the moment, especially with the anodizing side of things, apparently. I don't know if they had breakdown or whatsoever. I'm trying to find out by tomorrow. I'll be having a discussion with the manufacturer, but at the moment they're working on the weight, because it's a three-piece design, so you got your top, your bottom, and then your white. But yeah, I mean, manufacturers have been confident. They reckon November, roughly around that November, December stage. So let's see how that goes. XLS, I think they are starting to debug the CNC machine, so it actually takes a bit of time to actually put all the drawings into the system, and that actually is part of the cost. So it depends on how eccentric your design is. It takes that X amount of time for them to put it in the CNC machine. It's my understanding. I mean, I'm not a CNC guy. I mean, yeah, but that's what they were trying to explain to me. So it might be BS, but who knows? Yeah, I think I'm there on that stage. The plates are already with me for the XLS. Some of the plates, so I've got the POM plates of the XLS and carbon fiber plates of the XLS. PC is with the manufacturer. Aluminum brass is with the manufacturer. PCB, it's not probably gonna be done until probably 3rd week of October. It takes a bit of time with the PCB. Speaking of which, I should get back and start testing the GEM PCBs, so I test them one by one. Test all the daughter boards as well. What else do we have in track? That's about it at this stage. And then yeah, this guy. So we just rebuilt the Azul with brass. Still heavy. And that's what Nib said, fits perfectly on the NBD Deskmat. It's nicely like that. So I reckon this Deskmat will really look good on the 65s. I wonder how it would look like on an RAR. You're heavy. Still alright. Oh, speaking of which, I'm very happy with this mouse. So I've got a what is this, Aerox 9? Very nice. Very, very nice. I mean, if you guys are into MMOs, very nice. Yeah, still alright. What else can I show you guys? Yeah. I'll definitely stream again next week. Hopefully I get more stuff in, and who knows, maybe the SXT's done by then. Fingers crossed. But aside from that, all happy days. Put that one in. Yeah. Hopefully. Yeah, still not really familiar with Twitch as well, so fingers crossed. Hopefully this recording saves in, and I can post it in YouTube so the other guys can actually watch it. So we'll see how that one goes. So let's see how that one goes. Didn't realize I got that big gap. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Should have moved that more. How's that? Should have moved that more. That's better. Look at that. Perfect. That's better. Yeah. Perfect. Yes, definitely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, guys. Appreciate it. Have a good night, and thank you so much, guys. Yeah, catch you guys again. Have a good night, and yeah, catch you guys again. Oh, and stay safe. Have a good night. Well, good morning. Good night, good morning. Doesn't matter. Have a good day. That's it. Good night, good morning. Doesn't matter. Bye bye. That's it.